I'd like to welcome you all to the March 12th meeting of the Board of Education. We'll begin tonight with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so first off, I'd like to shout out some of the great things going on in our district. I mean, obviously our girls basketball team is doing very, very well, right? Tell me a little more about that.
Yes. Going Thursday night for the semifinals and the state tournament. So they win Thursday night, they play Friday night against state.
That's awesome. And how did the wrestling and boys do? They must be.
We had 3 wrestlers go to the states. That was a couple of weeks ago. One person made it onto the second, no, 2 people made it onto the second day, and Scotty Nicolella came in 5th, I believe, 5th in the states. So just to make it there's a big honor, so they did well. They did well, and our boys did very well. They lost in a regional play by 1 point, a heartbreaker, but basketball, so they're doing well.
So we have a group here tonight that is more involved in things that you know about. Recently, there was the Odyssey of the Mind competition, and I invited our teams to come give us a little talk about it tonight and tell us more about how they did and what the program's about. So, would you like to present?
Sure. Yeah? Okay, I'll introduce Odyssey first before we bring our team members up. So, hi everyone, my name is Amalia Louisbrand. I'm a 3rd grade teacher at Dwaynesburg School, as well as the elementary school coordinator for Odyssey of the Mind. So, Mr. Denny is also a coach for our 2nd elementary Odyssey team. We're ecstatic to present the opportunity to be here and share Odyssey with you all. All of these students have worked very hard this Odyssey season, and we're honored to share about that hard work with you tonight. To give a little background information about Odyssey, Odyssey of the Mind is a creative problem-solving program. Teams of 5 to 7 students develop a solution to a long-term problem over several months. They will perform the solution to the problem in a skit to be judged over the Odyssey Regionals competition, which is in March. In the long-term problem, the teams develop a theatrical and engineering solution to a specific situational problem, all by themselves, only with guidance from their coach. They also perform a spontaneous problem. This is where the students develop quick problem-solving skills for verbal or hands-on activities without seeing the problem in advance that they also get judged and scored on. These scores are put together, and teams who are placed at regionals are invited to the state's competition in Syracuse, New York at the New York State Fairgrounds in April. Through the students' hard work, teams have attended state's competition the last 2 years, and we'll be having 2 more teams going to states again this year, which is my team as well as the junior-senior high school team. So, we would love to bring the students up and the team members to share about their experience with Odyssey and how we got to this point. Sure. All right. We'll go down the line and we'll introduce ourselves, okay? I'm going to do this.
I'm Ever Potter. I'm Noah Austin. I'm Elena Denny. I'm Carl Kasami. I'm Morgan. I'm Austin Youth. I'm Garcia. I'm trying to get.
All right, guys. Can you guys all see? Should we switch down a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right, scoot down. Bring us down a little bit. There we go. All right, so let's share with the board some of how we solved our problems and what Odyssey is all about. So my first question for you guys as team members, what was the problem that your team needed to solve? Go ahead and use your names. So,
We had to make a play where everything went wrong. For example, the animals ran away, the barn fell over, and the music and sound effects did not work. We needed to solve the problem. Problem 3. Opening next answer. We did the project download of the character and the world that surrounds us. We built
So, Morgan, how did your team solve the problem?
We decided to make a puppet show. We used cardboard, paint, shirts, and markers. Before the show, we did makeup.
Elena, what was the problem your team needed to solve?
The problem we need to solve was that we need to create the plans that rock and going on tours, that things take photos, and the band got teleported to an unexpected location and have to figure out how to get back.
Very nice. My team has a good question too. How did we solve our problem? Corinne, she read that one. We'll go to question 3. Oh, you put 1 and 2 together. I see what you did. Okay, we'll go to question 3. What was your experience like at regionals this past March? And how is performing your long-term problem different than the spontaneous?
I had fun. Our long term was stressful, and our spontaneous was very fun. It was different because the spontaneous was shorter and hotter.
All right, Carson, what was your experience like at regionals?
I had a really fun time. What is spontaneous? What is spontaneous?
Charlie, what was your favorite part about Odyssey?
My favorite part about Odyssey was that we had friends that I knew, and I had fun working with them and looking for the stuff that we used for our presentation.
Very nice. And can you also share what your experience at regionals was like?
It was great and spontaneous. They asked their random question, and we were listening to, and the long-term field for it.
Very nice. Okay, my team. What was your favorite part about Odyssey and solving their problem?
My favorite part was
Okay, last but not least. So, for my team members who have been to states in the past, what was it like? And if you are going to states again this year, what are you looking forward to?
States is cool, and it's looking forward to perform our problem. States is fun. There's a lot of states, and I'm looking forward to messing around with my friends.
Team members, thank you so much for sharing with our board about Odyssey. This was the information that they had to share about their experiences, and thank you for letting us share here tonight. Thank you. I will pass this along to Ms. Samantha Sword, who was the coach for our junior and senior high school team.
So our other coach, Kate Pryor, science teacher here at high school, and unfortunately was not able to make it tonight, so got me. Yeah, this is our first Division III team for Jonesburg. We actually are a separate membership from the elementary school, so we have a full membership member, very exciting. And the first time that we've been able to have a full Division III team. Goes by who the oldest on the team is, so technically this one is an 8th grade, would be Division II, but because we have seniors and a sophomore, along with our 2 8th grade students, we are Division III, and these guys rocked it. So I'd like to turn, it's a very different experience doing these kind of kids. They are so amazing at coming up with all these things. Oh, I could go ask this teacher if we could go bring this closet for this, or oh my gosh, I know we could have this one and we could get this from here. Or, you know, let's go to a wood pile and just pull things out of the snow. bang. But anyhow, it's such a good experience. It was amazing working with these guys. And so I'm just going to ask them a little bit, kind of like the younger kids. I just want you guys so like, what was your favorite part? I mean, I'd like each of you to speak to like, my big thing is I want them to always come away learning something new, some new skill, something they did that they hadn't done before that was really cool. So I am going to ask, and I did prep you, what some things are that you really liked. Maybe tell a little bit about your experience before this year, and something. Okay. You go. Oh, introduce yourself.
My name is Lucy Spoller.
Yeah.
Okay, I can start. I learned a lot, honestly, and this year I learned a lot about like flexibility and adapting problems. Our set broke down 4 times. 4 times, and we had to fix it every time and adapt and learn. Like at the day of the competition, there was a stick taped to the back, and that's what was holding it up. And we still went through it, and it was still great. It did fall off and down. It was, but, one of my favorite things are just really like having a team, like having a community that I can rely on, and like being able to go to Odyssey and having all my friends there, and being able to work on a project like with people you enjoy being around. It's just really fun, and you get a lot of new experiences that way. States. I've been to States 4 times. I'm not sure. But what I'm looking forward to at States is you get to meet so many new people, and there's a lot of new judges. It's very difficult. It's just, you get to experience a lot of things you don't normally get to experience when you're just learning. And I think all teams should get a chance to experience that, even if they didn't get it first place.
Okay, oh my gosh, that's my turn. Alright, so I'm Aylin Boggs, so something I learned. Can I talk about a little bit about the problem? Okay.
Oh yeah, we haven't even said what problems
So we did problem 5, which is what the other teams here did, where we were like a band that got transported to an unexpected location and had to go back. So what we did is we had sort of like a rock band, I guess, called the Pilgrims. Because we were like a historical themed band, we were going to go back in time, or time travel spell song that we were singing. So because we were going back to like older times, we think like around the 1600s is when we decided, we had to like go and learn about that time period to sort of get those ideas down. Like we wanted the characters, like the pilgrims that were going to be your location to have like all this pilgrim slang. You had to learn the difference between thou, thy, thou hast, thou art. It was something. One of the other team members learned a little bit about playing guitar. They're one of the ones that aren't here. They also learned how to use a screw gun. Oh yeah. Because there's a lot of technical stuff that goes into Odyssey. You have to build. We built this whole set. It's 6 feet tall by 8 feet. Yeah, it's giant. It's huge. Okay, favorite part. I mean, I guess what Lucy said. It's really great having like a community and being able to like get creative with people and work together. And it's just a lot of fun. Being on the competition day, we were all like supporting each other, and we were like, "We got this, guys!" And it was so fun just being like in a supportive space and hanging out. It was fun.
My name is Jade Menzies. Something I learned, oh my gosh. What did I learn? I learned so much about pilgrims that I never would have thought I learned. Yeah, RC.
These backwards.
Yeah, it's backwards and so
That's
great.
Before this year, I had never made my own set before. I had helped people build sets. But this year I did like so much more. We went to like we found this landscaping place that had a bunch of scrap wood. So we went to like the giant scrap in the middle of winter with some southern cold and snow. We got a bunch of wood. We built a set 6 by 8 feet, and we had to make it so you could go inside of it, because part of our getting to a new place was that we had to kind of like teleport there. So by doing that, we went inside the set so we could spin it around. So it is also on wheels so that it could be transported.
Sometimes good, sometimes not.
I learned recently how to French and Dutch braid because
Yeah. I
forgot about that. One of our creative elements was that we had to have fun hairstyles, fun creative hairstyles, and I don't know how to do hair. So this was like the first time I'd ever like really done someone else's hair for something. So we had Dr. Becky come in to teach us how to do Dutch braid and French braid for this. I have never been to States, but regionals has always been so fun. I know when I was in elementary school, I did obviously from like 2nd to 6th grade until I couldn't do it anymore because we didn't have any high school teams. So when people approached me, they're like, would you be interested in joining a high school team? I was like, absolutely I would, because I miss Odyssey so much. Because getting to create something so weird, but so fun, with a bunch of people who have so many amazing ideas. It's awesome.
Do we have time to show the video?
It's
It's
6.5 minutes. It's pretty short.
short.
Because the restriction is 8 minutes.
But it's up to the board, if the board is feeling that.
I'm biased, so I'll do it.
I would love to see it. I miss Odyssey. I know, Celeste, it's a big deal for you to have the high school team, because I know you.
And she came in.
Yes, she was fun. We did great and fun. It was so helpful. Yes.
So that's my suggestion.
If I can talk about it.
Yeah, I don't think we wouldn't have done as well without.
Afterwards. Yes. So how, I know I said it too digitally.
Yeah, it's on the desktop right there.
Is
Just click on that. Yep.
our solution. I don't know if you want to set it up. I mean, they kind of described it too, but I guess we can just.
Oh, there it is.
Oh my God! Imagine, bro. Giant bat. Real. All this dust. I'm sorry about that. I haven't been back here in like a decade. Although the dust could be from the spell that left the house. Wait, this is your house? Is that lady churning butter? How do you fare, my fellow working men? Did we get transported to a Amish town? Well, about that. We're not in the 21st century anymore. What? Let me explain. And it? What are thou doing here? I thought we exiled you. Well, believe me, I had no intention of coming back here. Our company is. Here is the dress. That's none of your business. It's style. What's up, girl? Love me some butter? Oh! I apologize. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Let's just go. Did thou just hit a woman? And use the Lord's name in vain? Goodness say what he wishes! What should I tell you? I think we would be doing now. I just hit a girl. I feel so wrong. I think it's my way. Oh, it'll be okay. Anyway, how did we get here? Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I must have accidentally switched the song with a spell for time travel. Please don't hate me. Did thou just admit to witchcraft? I knew it. Burn them! Burn them! Yes, I swear! We offer no mercy. All his person will be burned now! I can't believe I'm about to die in a shirt that says... Wait, what does it say? Smirgly? Don't be silly, David. It says Hail Grand! Yeah, that one reading it backwards. Wait, that's it! What do you mean, wait? We're about to be burned at the stake. We're gonna die! Because I just remembered how to get back! You're only remembering just now? Oh! English! Well then, how do we get back? Well, do you remember the song? Okay, well, if you read it backwards, right, you get a concept of meant to be a state. The song takes you to an old place. You see what I'm saying? But you guys don't have your instruments. What? Singing is music. At the time, it was all the time in the 21st century. Exactly, so got that ready? I think that would be 3, 2, 1. A concept not meant to be escaped. This song takes us to an old place. Slipping through the cracks in time. There your power broke behind. Sky track, one by one. I'm tingling again. The guys! Oh, my God, Dr. Who? Albert Einstein, is that you? I don't know. Sorry? Oh my God. Holy cow. You are never ever in charge of music again. I totally get that. We're back! Yes! Don't look at too excited. Please! Yeah, show to put on. Is that my kiss with guitar? And I was a copia! Like I have oh my God! Oh, okay, well, now this is the actual song we're singing. This one isn't gonna turn you into a bitch, right? No, Dave. No, it won't. You say no. Okay, guys. This place is about to be ripped! Woo!
Odyssey has a long history at Duanesburg, and I think one of the things that nobody mentioned that is, I've coached a couple times, I know a bunch of folks a couple times to coach. The hardest thing is the kids have to do it all, which I completely appreciate what you two are up against, because it's so hard to be like, okay, don't do that. Why are you doing that? That's hard. Yeah, so it is such a great experience and such a fantastic thing that I'm so glad that our district is part of here locally and internationally. So I'd like to thank you all for coming. Does anybody have any questions?
Thank you for sharing yourselves with me. Thank you.
Thank you.
And good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck.
Yeah.
So, have fun, of course.
I just want to say the older team watched some of the younger teams.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they did a great job cheering them on. So very supportive.
That's awesome.
The other team solution was so very very different than original students. It was amazing.
We did the same problem, and they're like different sides of the
Yeah.
Sock puppets?
I know. I love the sock puppet. Only you have sock puppet. I know. Let me put it up. We would have gotten through some sections.
Well, thank you all so much. We're now going to dive into the rest of the meeting, which will have less opportunity for sock puppets.
Sign off on your government, even though it's 37 years from now.
Good work. Good work, Jay. Good work. All right.
Where?
Hey, Wendy, do you have any paperwork?
No, I did this last semester, but I think it was this round.
Want me to just write you a note?
All right, off we go. Celeste, do we have any agenda changes?
We do not have any agenda changes.
Fantastic. There is a mention here of acknowledgements and celebrations.
We did that at the beginning.
We did that?
Yep.
Fine. All right, did anyone sign up to speak? Does anyone want to speak? Okay, then I'm not going to read the paragraph unless everybody's cool. Okay. All right, so that brings us on to the superintendent's report.
My report is going to be very short. I do want to just acknowledge the board and all the very nice comments that you all made about me, and I did not pay any of you to actually say those things.
So you know they're sincere then, Jeff.
I absolutely felt the sincerity. You know, we got a lot of things happening right now with budget and all that, and Jeff's been working his tail off with that, and we're hoping to get some positive news. We got a bit of a brief look at the One House bills that are coming out. They're exactly how we were kind of predicting. They're bringing the One House, right, they still have to agree on all of this, but the One House bill is sitting kind of in that, denying all the cuts to state aid, and they're actually, they would like a 3% increase in foundation aid. There's a couple of other add-on things. For us retired people, they did keep the waiver around for another year for free, and they are looking to increase the retirement salary cap. Instead of it being $35,000, they're want to push that to $50,000. So there are a bunch of other aid categories. They are also talking about doing across the state free meals for all kids, rather than having to be a needs-based thing. And so we hope that by the time they get done negotiating that we will be somewhere near that category, near those items. I don't expect to get all of what the House and the Assembly want. They still have to come to agreement with the governor, but they're going to be pretty firm in their negotiations. And as we all know, it is an election year. That always works to everybody's advantage, or certainly. The last thing is that on the calendar, we're going to put a notice out about this on March 28th, because we haven't used any snow days, and it's pretty unlikely we'll use. Well, I was thinking of calling a couple snow days just to make sure we had school on that day, but that's not. They tell me I can't do that.
That does seem like
so it does look like that on March 28th, that will be a snow day give back day for everybody, and there will be no school. So, and because you guys did such a great job, I think you're the reason why we're not having school on that day. So, that's it. That's good for me.
Mr. Reidenberg, would you like to, now that we're all feeling up? at the school needs a nice neat locker.
All right, so I'll make this quick.
It's a lot easier last time.
We chopped this all up.
So the tax cap, calculated tax cap is 2.71%. It's filed with the state now, the March 1st deadline. So last year, our tax cap was actually higher than the 2.71, so we're actually only allowed to go out at that top 2.71. So this is the state aid that was put out by the governor's run. So as Jeff had just mentioned, there's been some, speculation that we're going to see that money start to come back. But we have nothing official right now, but this is probably, the worst case scenario is seeing that foundation aid be reduced if they were to go with the governor's cuts. Although it's more likely that we will probably see that at least go flat. So again, the revenues for the district, most of it made up by state aid and real property taxes. We balance the differences with, there's a little bit of Medicaid costs there, our Medicaid reimbursement there, and fund balance and reserve is what basically fills the gap to total, or total expenditure budget is. So expenses made up of basically these, broke it down into the 6 categories here. Tonight I'll talk about medical and benefits and debt service and transfers. Basically categories that you really can't adjust because they're tied to contractual expenses. So first off, we'll talk about employee benefits. So this is really the portion of the budget that is made up mainly of any contractual obligations set forth by staff contracts and also state mandated items. So things like Social Security, required by the state. So we have in health insurance, in this category, we have health insurance, dental insurance, retirement systems, and flexible benefit plans, unemployment, which is also required by the state, and disability insurance. So we actually, we're seeing a reduction in our workers' compensation for next year. We are part of a pretty large consortium in the capital region. So upon our rate sets for this year, we're using some of our fund balance within the consortium to balance the budget. So we're actually going to see some savings there for that budget line. We have an increase of the New York State TRS and the ERS funds. So we have to, we are going to expect those increases. Though our health insurance, we're right now expecting a mild to moderate increase. Part of that is, I'd like to, say it's pretty much because of the fact that we became a part of a new health trust. We have 7 districts in the health trust right now. So things are starting to look really good with our experiences right now. Those totals have not actually come forward to us yet. So I'm hoping that sometime, probably even Friday, it looks like we're gonna meet and discuss what our health insurance is going to come out with next year. But again, looks like for health insurance, probably around a 3 to 5% increase, which is really actually a good year for health insurance costs, especially in the trends that we've seen over the past several years. Next, we'll talk about debt service. So really, this debt service section is made up of 2 things. So purchasing for construction and renovation, and then buses, purchasing buses. So really just 6 budget lines that we have in our budget to do bonding for construction. So you pay for bond for the principal and the interest for each one of those things. The ban is nothing this year because a ban is basically just a budget line that floats us to a bond. So it's typically just used for that 1 year. And because we are not borrowing any money for construction this year, we don't need to use that. So this year though, for 24-25, we're looking at the flat construction principal and interest costs, so those budget lines pretty much are set because of the construction project. A lot of it in part of the construction project of 2016 through 18. We are seeing an increase due to bus debt. Well, we knew that was coming because buses are more expensive. They have to keep them on the road, but you know the cost of buses, like a propane bus, for instance, has gone from just under 110,000 to now 170,000. So we're seeing that every single bus that we buy is much more expensive. But in looking at next year, the propane bus burns a cleaner fuel. We're only getting one of those as part of our proposal for this year. And that being said, still thinking that these will be the propositions on the ballot for this year is the purchase of 3 buses. So the large bus, the medium-sized bus, and an SUV with 4-wheel drive capabilities, and a capital reserve fund, of course, to continue in the future. If there is savings to be had, we can continue to save for future projects, anywhere from 7 to 10 years down the road. So at the next time, we will talk about instructional and special education costs. And that's all I have for you tonight.
Can you just tell me the debt service slide, slide 12?
Sure.
Your 2024, you got a negative 84,000 number, and then 25, it goes to a percentage. What is that? I mean, just switching between dollars and percentages, so what would that dollar amount look like? Or what's the percentage based off of?
I want to say it's, I don't remember the number off my top of my head, but I was just trying to stay consistent with my presentation with percentages instead of numbers with the next year's increase. So it would likely be.
Oh, I see what you did. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so, yeah. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions for Mr. Radford? Right. Okay, so we have to accept the minutes for our last 2 meetings, including the special one. They're on 2 separate lines because she told me that she can only do one meeting for
Yes.
but we're going to approve them as a batch. So we're going to accept the minutes for February 13th and the special meeting of March 5th. Do I have a motion?
Motion?
Yes. Do we have a second?
Okay.
Melissa? Any questions or comments?
Doing them as a batch, or just abstain everything?
You can abstain from each.
Right, you can do both as one, so
Yeah.
you can.
I think that's,
it's
it's
okay.
fine. No problem.
All right, so any other comments, questions? All right, I guess now we do aye.
All in favor?
All in favor, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained?
Same, me as well.
Okay. Okay. I guess that's done. Like I told you, right in the ditch.
Just don't talk about wheels coming up.
Wheels up, shiny side down. Has any of the standing committees met recently? Cool. All right. So, let's discuss the financial reports. It's the recommendation that the Board of Education accept the following financial items as provided and recommended by the Treasurer and Assistant Superintendent of Management Services. There's General Warrant A24, ECA Warrant EC8, and Capital Warrant HQ4, all dated February 13th. And a bunch of appropriation status, budget transfer, weather status, treasury reports, ECA reports, and all kinds of reports. Do I have a motion?
Motion?
Teresa, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Sarah? Any questions or comments? Is everybody upset that I kind of waived all those words? Yeah. All right, so can I Anyone opposed? Any abstentions? All right, moving on. Does anyone else want to do this to the debate? All right, be it resolved that the Board of Education hereby approves the addition of the Environmental Club Advisor as an extracurricular activities position to the DPA contract effective January 1st, 2024 for the 2023-2024 school year. The stipend for the DCA shall be $803 per year and shall be prorated for the remainder of the school year. Do I have a motion?
I'll motion.
Tony, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Davis? Any questions or comments?
Yes. Where did the number 803 come from?
So I have no idea.
That's just really interesting.
So in the contract, there are certain dollar amounts that are assigned to each of these categories, and based upon the amount of time and all that, 803 is the number.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you.
That was a question. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Cool. All right, so approving a health and welfare agreement, recommended that the Board of Education approve the agreements for health and welfare services between Burn Knox Westerlo, South Colony Central School Districts, and Duanesburg Central School District for September 7th, 2023 to June 26th, 2024, as recommended by the Assistant Superintendent of Management Services. These agreements shall not be binding on the parties until authorized and signed by each party's respective representatives. Do I have a motion?
I'll motion.
Melissa, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Teresa?
We're going to help you too.
Yeah, we're going to get there. It's going to happen. Any questions or comments? Sarah?
Yes. I just think it's kind of interesting, the makeup. I understand us in Bern, but South Colony, is there,
So it's.
oh, it's not a geographical kind of a, I understand,
Yeah,
okay.
there's a private school and stuff.
Within the district's boundaries.
Oh, it still is,
And they're
okay,
responsible for the,
understood. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or comments? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right. Anyone opposed? Anyone want to? Okay. All right. The wrestling agreement with Schoharie for the 2023-2024 school year. It's the recommendation that the Board of Education approve the agreement with Schoharie Central School for joint interscholastic youth, modified junior varsity and varsity wrestling teams for the 2023-2024 school year. Do I have a motion? Davis? Do I have a second?
Second.
Sarah? Any questions or comments? I have
Is
one.
this for last year?
That's the question.
It was in the thing. It says that it was,
It says it in the paperwork though too, it says 2023.
yes.
Yes.
it was overlooked.
Yeah.
It was overlooked. Do you want to discuss that anymore or move on?
Yeah.
It was overlooked.
It was overlooked.
Yeah, it was overlooked.
So we're doing a correction.
We're doing it
Just
correct, right?
approving
So
it.
that I can tell Schoharie.
Right.
Okay, perfect.
Great.
Let's do that. Get the.
We're a big fan of building Schoharie. All right, all in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Anyone? The other one? Abstain, that's the word. All right. So the disposal of an obsolete transportation vehicle. The recommendation that the Board of Education approve surplus the following obsolete transportation vehicle and authorize the Assistant Superintendent of Management Services to determine the best interest of the district either to trade in or auction. It is Chevy, 2014 Chevy with 156,000 miles. Do I have a motion?
I'll motion.
And I'll second.
Tony and Teresa, thank you guys. Any questions or comments?
Anybody want to buy it?
No.
Not tonight.
6,000 miles.
150,000 miles of Waynesburg. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Anyone abstain? Okay. All right. So now we're going to discuss the two policies. The recommendation that the Board of Education approve the following policies to the second read as recommended by the superintendent. Policy 3441, the use of therapy dogs in school, and policy 6190, workplace violence prevention policy statement. Do I have a motion?
A motion?
Teresa, any seconds?
I'll second.
Davis? Does anyone want to comment or question? Or I guess, because these are policies, do we read them now, or?
Well, we read them.
You
We
already-
read them, so this is the second reading. Does anyone have any questions or
If there's
comments
any
at this time?
changes.
There have
Any
been no
concerns?
changes.
There have been no changes. All right, so I guess we're good to go. Sarah, what are you thinking?
Okay.
Okay.
Checking it.
Just checking in. I saw your hand like there, it's close. All right.
Oh.
All right, so all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All abstaining? I'll get it, we'll get there. So, accept the CSE and CPSE minutes. It's the recommendation that the Board of Education accept the recommendation, wow, of the CSE meetings and minutes from the February 13th, 15th, 7th, 27th, 29th, and March 1st meetings. Do I have a motion?
I'll motion.
Tony, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Sarah? Any questions or comments? Okay, I guess then all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay. All right. So, approving the merger of resolution for the varsity swim program. Whereas the Duanesburg Central School Board of Education supports, fosters, encourages, and strives to provide interscholastic competition in a broad array of sports for all students at Duanesburg Central School. Whereas the 2024-2025 swim season, therefore it be resolved, the Duanesburg Central School Board of Education hereby approves and endorses the swim merger with Mahonison and Chalmont students in the Mahonison-Chalmont swim program. Do I have a motion?
I'll motion. And I'll
Sarah?
second.
Teresa? Any questions or comments?
Yeah, I just want to know, how many students do we have swim?
So we're going to have 3 or 4. And in the past, right, remember,
Yeah.
when the Y closed, we were transporting our kids to be their own swim team to Mahonison to use their pool. We happen to have 2 swimmers that are probably going to go to states. And it was way, and so the block in the past has always been, everybody was concerned that if they did this 3-way merger, that it would bump them up in beds codes, which then bump them up in classifications. That's not the case anymore. And so, of course, when we were talking to Mahonison, they were like, oh, you should be on our school, merge this swim team, and we'll have state caliber swimmers on this team. It's a real benefit to everybody, because it not only can you qualify, it's like you can qualify as a team, and you can also qualify as individuals. So, and it's not costing us a dime, other than getting kids to Mahonison. So it's a pretty good deal.
Cool. Any questions, any other questions or comments? All right, all in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed or abstain? Cool. All right, approving the 2024-2025 school calendar. It's the recommendation that the Board of Education approve the 2024-2025 school calendar as recommended by the superintendent. Do I have a motion?
I'll motion.
Alyssa, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Davis? Any questions or comments? Any feelings on the calendar? What's the school calendar?
Oh, yeah, I have a question.
Sarah?
January 29th, is that a new holiday, Lunar New Year?
Yes. And yes.
Effective January 1st, 2024, the governor authorizes as a
Happy New
We-
School.
I think it's,
Celebrate the new.
I think
Okay,
it's,
all right.
It's a day off.
I
It's a
made
day
it
off.
fine.
yeah. Any other questions? I want one of you to write up a report on the new year. That's all.
Your
Check
next
here.
Odyssey project can be on that.
Yeah, I've seen that. All right. Cool. All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Anyone abstain? Cool. All right. We're going to approve a scholarship award. It's the recommendation that the Board of Education Education approve the Friends of the Schenectady County Public Library Scholarship as recommended by the superintendent. Anyone want a motion?
I'll motion.
Sarah? And second?
I'll second.
Davis? Any questions or thoughts?
Love seeing money come in.
Absolutely. Cool. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Anyone abstain? All right, on to the personnel area. It's the recommendation that the Board of Education accept the resignation of Melanie O'Neill, Chief Information Officer and Education Technology Specialist, effective March 7th, 2024. Do I have a motion?
A motion.
Teresa, second?
Second.
Sarah? Any questions?
Are we allowed to?
No.
Okay, we're not allowed to, so never mind my question.
What about a general, not a personal one?
I would write
Okay.
it down and pass it down,
Yeah.
and then if I
Yeah.
can be asked.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on then. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Anyone abstain? So we're going to approve appointments. It's the recommendation that the Board of Education approve the following appointments as recommended by the Superintendent and Athletic Director. ECA appointments are for the applicable 2023-2024 school year and sports season, beginning with preseason practice and ending at the conclusion of the season, including sectional play. All appointments are employees at will, and the appointment at this time does not guarantee employment for the entire school year season term session. I don't know, a lot of words there at the end. The first one is Aaron Goodwin as the Environmental Club Advisor, and the second is Chris Parslow as the Modified Softball Coach. Do I have a motion?
A motion.
Sarah, a second?
I'll second.
Davis? Any questions or thoughts? Cool. Yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone against? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Wow, just blanked there. Okay, so before I motion to close the meeting, I just would like to state that I would like to wish our girls luck at the basketball games this week. I hope they go all the way. And would like to remind everyone that next door, over the next couple weeks, there will be a nice performance of Wizard of Oz. And I'd like to wish good luck to our two Odyssey teams that head to the States. And so can I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion.
Teresa, a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Anyone abstaining? We got through it.